We're going to switch over and talk to Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes is with the Capital District Music Network, and I have to say, I looked at his website and I looked at his newsletter, and I am very impressed. So I am impressed with you, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, tell our viewers about it.
Okay, so the Capital District Music Network is a dream that I've had for about 20 years.
Okay.
I've been a professor at UAlbany. I'm a CPA.
Okay.
I was the director of accounting programs for 15 years at UAlbany, very
so
busy.
So I can count on you, right?
Yes, thank you. So I've been on...
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I've been on multiple arts organization boards. I'm a cellist originally.
Oh, really?
I am still a piano technician. I've been doing that for 48 years. So my connections in music...
Wait, what is a piano technician?
I tune and service pianos.
Okay,
I
good.
used to tune the pianos here years ago. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah. And I basically, I've known that we have not had a comprehensive network for the music industry in this area at all.
No, I don't
the
believe
community,
so.
I should say,
Yeah.
as opposed to industry. So I have dreamed of doing this, and when I retired in May of last year, I said, I'm going to spend a few months researching, figuring out how to do this and what I want to do. Fortunately, I have a PhD in information science, so this management of information becomes easy. One of my former department chairs looked at the newsletter and the website the other day and said, you can tell an information scientist designed this. I have packed in a lot.
I know. I mean, there's
yes.
a lot in there.
But you only have to look at what you want because it's done through embedded PDFs. You click on what you want and you go there. I will give you an inside scoop. When I finish the January issue, which comes out the first week of each month, we're still finishing sending out the emails with the issue. That issue, if you put it end to end, is over 200 pages long. But nobody looks at 200 pages.
No, they look at what they are looking for.
And that's the idea of it.
But
Information
who is
should
this
be.
for?
So it is designed to function for professional musicians, recreational musicians, student musicians, music lovers, and then also for any of the businesses and individuals who support and work with the music area, the music community.
Okay, so it covers everybody.
This month I published a list of 95 school districts and private schools and over 500 music teachers who are working in those schools.
And so, but just the Capital District?
Just,
are you kidding?
The Capital District is a little bit expanded because I do go into the Hudson Valley a little bit. I work with the Hudson Valley Philharmonic. I work with the Bardavon. But yeah, primarily it's the Capital District. But then I'm working with every genre. I'm working with jazz. I'm working with blues. I'm working with choral, orchestral, even all the musical theater groups. So as of this month, I've got 35 musical theater groups tied in. And I'll be working to get as many as possible.
Musical theater groups?
Where
are they?
Well, look at what's happening with
look
Harbinger.
at your website?
That's right. But look what's happening with Harbinger and 518 Theater. Thank you very much, the folks who run that, because I literally every month I scope 110 websites to see what's the latest.
Harbinger is going to be on the show.
Yeah, and all these different theater, and many of them are opening up as music performance venues when they're not running a show.
Okay.
And so last month alone, I interviewed and facilitated the opening of 35 new music venues for musicians to go out and perform in.
Wow.
But everybody and their brother is now hosting music. Frog Alley, Wolf Brewing, all these places over
Mount
here.
Ida was on the show.
Yes.
They're doing it now, too.
I'm actually doing an interview with their executive director next week.
Yeah.
And every month I do a profile, 1 or 2 profiles on either an individual or an organization that's helping the music community to do well. And I think in another month or two, I'm going to have to bump it up to 2 because I've got 12 of them pre-booked right now. So,
oh my God.
And it's pretty at length. The music director that I profiled this month, it's a 5-page PDF of all of the work he's directed.
And who is it?
His name is Dan Gallagher. He's a young teacher who's teaching in the Riviera-Queens School District. He went to Potsdam. He's a pianist and a percussionist.
Potsdam is a music.
Exactly.
Yeah, wonderful.
All my
cousin
friends
went there. My cousin went there.
I played cello professionally when I was younger, and so all my friends went to Potsdam. I didn't. But so he's a brilliant young man, and he's directed like 85 music theater productions in this area in the last 15 years. If you're in musical theater, you probably know who Dan Gallagher is. He's been working a lot with Slock and so forth.
Really? Oh, wow.
Wonderful young man, and his philosophy, which I get into the backstory. I love backstories. So I get into the backstory. I ask them questions, and his philosophy is really wonderful. It's very respectful and considerate of all the people he works with. That's why people, if you mention him, nobody hesitates to want to work with him.
I have to get him on the show.
You should. He's
in the summer when he's not working. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Because he's now gigging as well.
Okay.
So that's just one example. But I think one of the new things I added this month is I have a whole composer section. So people affiliated with or related to the Capital Region, I've got profiles on what they do, what their interest areas are, and links to their work that are online. And I've got about 18 composers highlighted this month. I've already got a lot more.
does anybody else I mean, countrywide, is there anyone
No.
that does this? Because
Not to this extent.
Brand new to me.
I have won awards when I was a professor because I do these huge research projects that nobody else wants to do.
Because you got back.
Because I'm also a bit of a freak, and you can't use that word "young people" the way you do. I'm too old
I
for
know
that.
what you mean, yeah.
And when I used to teach classes, I'd use the word "freak," and I say, "Don't think of
No,
it that
not
way.
that- not
I'm
that
too old
way."
for that." Exactly. But the reality is that I like working, and I do a lot of things, and I never sit still very long.
Yeah.
So.
I share that with you.
Yeah, well, birds of a feather, right? Flock together. So, but no, I mean, and I love the arts community, all of it. I decided to focus on music, but I can't just leave it at that. So I stretch into music theater, and I'm
But
working.
it's all connected.
It
Whether
is.
you do
It
those
is.
big old circles and
Yep.
you put the circles inside the circles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I used to do research in forensic accounting and network.
Sociograms, you know.
Exactly. And everything has an impact on everything else.
Yeah.
And I say to people, if nothing else, tell people to look at the newsletter, look at the website, because under the theory that a rising tide raises all boats, then I hope all the boats raise really well.
Yeah,
And and I do think that all the arts community benefits from any other thing that bolsters it. There's
So-
nothing negative. You'll never read gossip or any negativity. It's all positive.
But so, okay, is this like a membership or is
It's
this
free to everyone and anyone. So, can we bring up the slide? You can
Yeah.
see the website, so we can show you the website.
Yeah, I think
which
I
actually
think
the
they're getting it up
website is
now,
where we
yeah.
archive the current edition and the previous editions of the newsletters.
Is that it? Well, it's over on the side though, but yeah.
So that little yellow thing, that's actually the flyer we put out, which has a QR code. If you click
Okay.
on the QR code, it'll send me an email and say, please subscribe me to the newsletter.
Okay.
At this point, the newsletter is going to a little over 1,500 people a month. I am a CPA, I know how to run businesses, and I'm doing this very efficiently. I'm the only investment, it's my labor hours.
So really, you're not like funded. You're like
It
me.
is
I'm
not
doing
a
this,
not-for-profit.
but, yeah,
No,
the
it's
same
not a
thing.
not-for-profit. It's actually
A mission.
It's a piece of my business as a piano technician. I have a website, markhughesphd.com. The CDMM website is actually a section of that website. So,
Okay.
and to keep that cost down, to give it sustainability, to make it simpler to run and make sure that I can do a good job with it. I'm not in it for the long haul. It's not a secret. I retired this past year. I'll tell you, I'm 69 years old, but I don't feel that way. And my grandmother worked until she was 98. So I think I planned on doing
You're
this
gonna
for
be
a
around
while.
a while.
And I'm not playing anymore. I decided about 10 years ago my value. I did theater for 6 or 8 years. I'm a cellist. I was a pianist. I was a music director in a church. And I've
So
realized
you're an accountant. You've done the so in the
Yeah.
music. So you got it all.
I told you that's why I call myself a freak. But the reality is that I consider myself better at being a facilitator than anything else, and this is my bailiwick. This is where I belong.
This is where you belong.
Absolutely.
So you're really reaching out to anyone that has an interest in music. I'll put interest because
Yes.
it may be that they want to know what's going on
Yes.
and where can I maybe take a banjo lesson or something.
Right. So the number one area that people look at is the performance schedule. So for January alone, there are 181 performances. Every single day of the week, I've listed what's available for a performance that evening. There's at least 2 every day of the week. During the holiday
How do you
season,
find them? Because I know I list stuff,
Yes.
and you got to really. People
Yes,
say
it's
to me, "Where do
research.
you get your list?" I go, "It's like you got to look for
Yes.
it."
I spend 20 to 30 hours a month maintaining this, but the last week of the month, I dedicate 3 days. And I search 110 websites every
Okay.
single month for every possible schedule. There are some people that don't post regular schedules, so they individually email me their content. My deadline is the last week of the month, so if you want to be in the newsletter, make sure you get it to me by the last week of the month. I'm happy to put you in there.
Okay, so I have to ask you: Do you have Beat the Snow?
So if it was
Okay,
out there.
Janice, are you listening?
My problem is that so I only edit once a month. So if it comes out, if I don't get it by the 1st of January, there will be nothing for it for January.
Okay, you know where to
So-
send it, Jan.
Yes. Now, I may have picked up some of the pieces because some of the individual performers may have given it
Have
to
sent
me.
it to you,
Yes.
yeah.
So, but I opened up 247 venues this past month that are available for music performances. I try to find everyone and anyone I can. I do interviews on the phone as much as possible. After being a teacher for so many years, I have an anti-Zoom mode.
Anti-Zoom, yeah.
I taught 7 hours a day.
I feel for you. Yes.
But I like to talk to people in person before I list anything if I can. But I have listings for music teachers. I have listings for music organizations looking for musicians and music folks. I have musicians looking specifically for types of gigs. I'm listing with the choral groups if they're looking for sopranos, altos, tenors, or basses.
So you
I list
really
that.
are a network.
I am. Yeah, that's why it's called this Capital District Music Network.
I'm so glad I
know.
connected with you
Well,
because I was not aware.
Nobody is. It's only 3 months old.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, people say to me, yeah, put something in your hands for 3 months. So at school they used to call me the Energizer Bunny. I said, you know, that's not a very adult sounding label for me, but it kind of does talk about what I do. You know? And I've run all the special events in that department for many years. I had a piano trio. We played weddings every week for 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
And I was often the MC
played
for
the
the
cello,
receptions.
right?
I'm a cellist, but I don't play out anymore. You know, it's just not my thing. I play. I love to. I have thousands of hours. I record every single session so that I can listen back and see what I need to improve. And I have a beautiful cello, but the truth is that I just don't have it in me to perform anymore. You know, and you know, your age has an effect on what you want to do in terms of running around. That cello case is not light.
No, I know, but you found a niche. I think you've created a niche. You didn't just find it; you created it. Something that is so unusual to me. And I've been doing this show going on 28 years. I've never heard of anything like this. And you know, it's not that I'm not paying attention to the world outside of the capital region. But I've never heard of this. But I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
We're almost out of time.
Yeah,
but
I appreciate it.
Anybody that wants to, what is your website?
So
we've had it up on the screen.
It's up
I
on the
think.
screen, and if you want to get access, the easy way is just email cdmnmusic@gmail.com.
Okay,
and then
good.
I'll get you into anything and anything you want.
Okay, good. So I'm going to start sending you stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good. Okay. We've been talking with Mark Hughes, and what an amazing thing. And if you like music or you're interested in music or you are a musician or whatever, this is the guy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you again.